This episode is sponsored by SearchHustle.com, your resource for digital marketing training taught by digital marketers at the Bleeding Edge for digital marketers. At the Bleeding Edge, business owners and fresh marketing grads, free for a limited time at SearchHustle.com/beta-group.
Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Harden. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game, and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Harden.
Thank you, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast. I am Jason Harden, and I am here with a special episode because I have my baby co-creator, co-producer, and co-host today, Miss Suzu, with us in the studio. Hi, Miss Suzu.
Hi, Mr. Jason Harden. How are you doing today? How are you feeling?
I am feeling great, and I'm feeling even better now that you're here.
Oh, thank you so much.
Seriously.
I'm excited. This is my third episode on Life of a Boss, being co-hosting Life of a Boss, the podcast.
And I'm glad. Yeah. And I want to have you in the studio more often because, you know, it's easier for me to bounce ideas off you. I think that's why we're so good together.
It's nice when you can be talking to somebody, looking them in the eye, speaking to somebody.
Yeah. You know, it feels like a conversation, you know, instead of me just blurting things out into thin air. You know, that's how it feels sometimes.
Yeah.
And I can never get comfortable with it. But I try because I know there's somebody on the other end listening and getting this value. I got to get over myself.
Yeah.
Peter Boog says, get over
You
yourself.
do.
And I really do. And I'm trying to be more vulnerable and more direct and more authentic. I couldn't possibly be more authentic, but I just don't give it to you that much. You know, I got to be out here giving it to you. And part of that is this podcast and me trying to help everybody overcome their challenges and be the best boss they can be. And that being said, we are here to talk about a wonderful boss, Miss Tasha Jackson Featherstone.
Oh, yeah.
And she is the designer and creator of STFU Designs. And basically, we interviewed her earlier this week, and she gave us a great interview. You know, she interviewing wasn't really like anything she really tries to do what she does for, but I tell you, and she's perfect for it. You know, she's like the perfect entrepreneur because everything she said, she's on point and she knows her shit.
Yeah, it was a fountain of knowledge. Everything
Absolutely.
she said, you could apply. You know, if you haven't already, you could apply it in the future. Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And what did I do as soon as I heard this interview?
You bought something.
I went to
you
the
went
website
to
and
you
I
went to her
bought
website
something.
and bought some. And as soon as
That's
you
right.
wore what you bought, you
First
got
time I wore
comments.
'em.
You got comments.
I did. Yeah.
By-
Somebody said, "Ooh, where'd you get those?"
Yeah, a daughter
What's the
and the
website?
father.
Yes.
Yeah, and I tripped off the father wanting the tights, but that's something else. But it was exactly the reaction she
Yes.
said people get from her clothes.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that we have to remember as designers, because, you know, of course, I have a clothing line as well.
Yeah.
But you never know how it's going to be impacted.
Yeah, how it speaks to somebody.
Yeah, how it's going to be taken and impact folks' lives, their perspective. And sometimes designs will shock you.
Yeah.
You know, art
Yeah.
is powerful. People
It
don't
is.
realize how powerful art is. And those who figure out how to harness their art, like Tasha did, like I did, and like a lot of other folks, you know, I really commend them, you know, because it is literally turning your interest into income.
Yes.
So, let's get into what we took away from her interview.
All right.
And
Let's do it.
what was your first takeaway from Tasha's interview?
Oh, whoa. Let me get to our out. Let me
pull her
look
paper
at
out there. She has a
outline.
cheat sheet.
Yeah. All right. So we the first takeaway is Tasha's evolution of success from happiness to time and money, and how it evolved over time.
Yeah.
Because she was the 9 to 5, you know, she didn't start out as an entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
And she had to kind of define, and her definition of success evolved. And I loved how she said time and money.
Yeah.
And I know that you guys connected, because it's exactly what you want, and that's your definition of success. So you guys actually really agreed on that point.
Absolutely, because I think what it represents is freedom.
Yes.
You know, time and money. When you have the time to do anything, and then you also have the resources to do anything, that is freedom.
Having
you know?
one or the other, you know, you can't do as much. Having the time with no money, or having all that money but no time, anything to do with it.
How many of you got all day to do something but no money?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't work out. It's not as fun, right? But that's one thing I loved about it, because she, not just her definition evolved, but she was more specific on what happiness meant to her. You know, because all of us can say, oh, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. Yeah. But not everybody can say what that is. What makes someone happy is totally different from person to person. So she had to really fine tune what her definition was as she grew, as she evolved, and she explained that happiness to her was the time and money. Yeah. You know, it wasn't glitter, it wasn't gold, it wasn't the attention, it wasn't jewelry. Yeah. She nailed it down to, I just need time and money, and I'll be all right. And I love that. What was next?
You can share our next takeaway.
Yeah, these are our takeaways.
Don't call it a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
it's
these are our takeaways, y'all.
Yeah, don't give it a label.
Okay, one thing that I respected is that when she became an entrepreneur, she had no wage caps, meaning she defined what she was worth, and she set her prices. Yeah. You know, as an employee, you know what? I don't think people really realize the leverage they have as an employee. And I don't think people really go into a job interview stating what they want or what they're worth. Yeah. You know, and I was always taught, and I've never done it myself, so so don't make me think that I've done this, because I stopped working a long time ago, so I didn't even have a chance to really apply this. But one of the, I think, business teachers I had, she said, tell them what you'll work for. You know, it's a negotiation. It's not, here's what we're paying and you take it. She said it's a negotiation. So when they start somewhere, give them a counter offer. Let them know, you know, what your requirements are, and really do some time figuring out what your requirements are before you even go to that job. You know, calculate your mileage, your child care, and all that, and say, I can't do this for less than this. And then you guys might meet somewhere, but the one common mistake people make is they don't ask for what they're worth or anything close to it. They take the first offer, give it to them. And as an entrepreneur, you can't do that. You know, so that was one thing that I like and I took away from her. Yes, I like that one too. Yeah, you're so adorable. Go right ahead. And okay, our next takeaway from Tasha Jackson's interview was she didn't like to push someone else's dream. Yes. You know, she stopped wanting to be an employee because she stopped wanting to push someone else's dream more than she was pushing her own. And how many people out there have a dream, but you're putting your dream on the back burner to be an employee to push somebody else's dream? Because that's what you're doing. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you work for the school district, the city, a private company. You're pushing somebody else's agenda. Yes. You know, you're getting paid to be a part of their machine instead of creating a machine. And I'm not saying creating a machine is for everybody, but she didn't find that was right for her. And I appreciate that because I felt the same way. Yeah. What do you think? Well, I know that when I was listening to her interview, I felt like I knew her. I felt like we were kind of similar, you know? But that's only after really spending time with you. Oh. Yeah. I didn't ever realize the freedom and the passion, you know, that can drive wanting that freedom until I spent more time with you. You know, I still work a job. I still getting paid hourly. But I went from that full time to part time
because I wanted to work with you. I see it. I love it. I want that.
Well, I think, first of all, entrepreneurship is perfect for you because you are just too creative. You are just too much to be wrapped into one box or one title that they give you, and to get paid that one paycheck. To be honest, there's so much within you that has value and that people would pay for: the instruction, the health and fitness, the counseling, there's so much that you do that it would be a crime to put you in that box of just one title and one position.
And I don't feel that drive. I don't feel the drive pushing somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I kind of wondered in many jobs that I've been in, I did, I didn't do the bare minimum. I was a good worker. I tried hard, but that drive was definitely not there when I'm pushing somebody else's dream.
Exactly. And I think that's with me, because the work ethic for a real hard worker is always going to be there. So me, I work just as hard for anybody else as I work for myself. If not, maybe a little more, because I really want to deliver. So I think if all of us who have that work ethic would apply that to ourselves a little more, I think some things start to happen. And if we did it just sometimes, not even full time, if you just applied 8 hours on a weekend towards whatever idea that you might have, you might see some changes in your excitement and in your whole life because of just that 1 8-hour day on a Sunday that you spent on your model trains or your side hustle or your eBay business or making that craft for Etsy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's that investment in myself that's so much more rewarding than investing into somebody else.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, when you invest into somebody else, you expect a return, but when you invest in yourself, I think you automatically get a return. The moment you invest in yourself, it's like you're already gaining something from it, whether it be the knowledge, whether it be the experience, or the actual full value of your return, because you don't make the money in the back end when you work for yourself. You pay yourself first. You're the first person to touch the money, not the last person to get it.
And it feels more risky for me.
Absolutely.
Because it's all on me.
Yeah.
I don't rely on anybody else. So taking that risk and that challenge, it's more room to grow.
But for me, I think it's that risk that creates that pressure, that creates that diamond in the shit I do. Because I operate. If I operate in the comfort zone, I get very complacent. I can imagine myself. As much as I try to avoid comfort, it just happens, So I need to shake things up for myself a bit just so I can get that drive, All right, our next takeaway from Tasha is her speed of implementation.
Ooh, taking action.
She learns something and she puts that to work so quick. Literally, like what she does with technology and with apps and with all these widgets and stuff on her phones. I mean, she pretty much runs her whole business from her phone. Not to take anything away from her, because she does a lot more too, but she maximizes what her phone can do to the fullest when it comes resources. To absolutely, and she does it all the time. She's never off, because it leads me to my next point, is that she didn't want to give herself a 9 to 5 because she was trying to escape a 9 to 5. And I think that was so important, because a lot of us entrepreneurs, we think that, okay, just because we have to put in those 8 hours, we try to schedule the 8 hours, but it doesn't work that way for a person who wants that freedom. What was you about to say?
Oh, I totally related to it. It made me laugh. All the times I've listened to the interview is how she, coming from a 9 to 5, she was still trying to give herself that same schedule. And she was like, why am I doing this? I was trying to escape this. Why am I still limiting myself? Because I did the same thing going from full-time to part-time. At first I was like, I need to get up at this time and I need to get over to the gym and then I need to be over here and, with you. And then I had to relax a little bit. I said, wait, no, I don't have to do that. This is what I didn't want. This is why I wanted to, be more independent and start, working with you and us working for ourselves. So. And
it was fun watching you embrace that. Yeah. That new freedom of, hold on, I don't have to be such and such by such and such, So I think that with you personally, that when you have that freedom, you do more with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people, they don't do more with that freedom, you know? So it takes discipline, and that's one thing that you have so much of.
Yeah.
And Tasha obviously has a lot of that too, because she takes a lot of that personal time to do real work, you know? And just like you, to you, there is no personal time. There is no time that we can't do some work.
Yeah.
And I love that because
I love that too, when she talked about sitting, you know, on her phone, and when she has a minute, she's working on an ad, she's promoting. Yeah, she really maximizes, like you said, all of her time.
Absolutely.
And she does the kind of the habit stacking. She also, you know, she has healthy habits, and then she stacks them with others. So she might be socializing, but when she has a minute, she's also working.
Yeah,
so she's stacking those healthy habits.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. And as an entrepreneur, I think we all have to find our own groove. You know, I don't think all of us can be like Tasha, you know, but all of us also, we don't have to think that we have to put in 8 hours of structure to make our dreams work. I mean, it's really what works for you. And I think that's what Tasha explained more than anything, is her niche came from all inside, all of how she feels, how she operates, how she works, what best makes her successful. And one thing that I absolutely love about, I think it's Dean Grazioso, is he says, why do we, and I think Gary Vee says it too, it's like, why spend a bunch of time trying to get better at what you just hate and what you just suck at, you know, just naturally suck
I
at.
heard somebody say it was a deficit.
Yeah.
We work on our deficit.
Yeah.
And it's changed now, where we want to work on our strengths than trying to build up those weak areas. Just work on, you know, building up your strengths, what you're already good at, what you already love.
I think what really helps that manifest is that technology, and not necessarily what we have access to, but the information and stories of other people making it, doing what they love. Because we could have always done it. I think before the technology, people knew how to do things that they could have got paid off of, but they couldn't share that knowledge as easily. And another person on the sideline couldn't watch that person share their knowledge and become inspired to share their knowledge. And I think now, like, the World Wide Web is literally that. It's a web of, oh, I'm inspired, and I'm going to go do this. And now somebody else becomes inspired by me, and they go do that. And nobody's doing the same thing, but everybody's doing something because of a few things that may have sparked our attention.
Cascades.
Yeah. And I think that's a powerful thing, because it allows people to break away from, this was how you become successful. You get good grades, you go to college, you get a good job, and you get a pension, and you retire.
Yeah, there's no limit.
Yeah.
It's limitless.
And it's not linear anymore. Like, there is no, you can get a degree after you've made millions, you know?
One path,
Now you just get a degree because you want one, you know? Now people can really do what they want if they know how to want it.
Yeah.
You know? Seriously, because you got to know how to want whatever it is you want. Otherwise, you're just wishing.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true.
Okay, and I think we're going to wrap this up with our last takeaway from Tasha, because like I said, she gave a bunch of gems. And this isn't something she does. You know, she doesn't speak on how she does what she does. And she said she didn't even know what she was going to say. And if she was going to have a response to my questions, but she was an expert at what she knew. And I think that's what we all have to understand. We are all experts at our experience. Want to add to that, baby?
No, I just knew what you were going to say. And I already agreed.
Yeah, she's so noble. But yeah, so the last, I guess, takeaway that I want to mention from Tasha is self-education. You know, she taught herself virtually everything that she gets paid to do now. She went to college, and of course she uses some of that, you know, that book smart, but everything about her business pretty much isn't what she went to school for, but she used all her transferable skills from every job she had, from every class she took, from every meeting and everybody she knows to pour that into her business. So she's self-taught, you know, and there's something so special about people that educate themselves and put themselves in position through self-education, you know, because that isn't traditional.
Yeah.
People don't. My parents never taught, man, go to school and then teach yourself something good. You know, self-education isn't preached. It isn't something that parents teach their kids to pursue normally. Yeah. But it is, to me, the number one way to become wealthy in America now is to teach yourself something, even in addition to what you're going to school for. You know, so that was my final takeaway, is her level of self-education and the technology pieces and apps and payment forms and everything, and as well as the designing and all that. Everything she learned on her own and independently. And I think that is an incredible recipe for success. Yes. You know, she is a blueprint. No matter if you design, no matter if you cater, no matter whatever your business is, like everything she said in that interview, you can actually apply to what you do and make it work. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Ms. Suzu?
I agree. It's her lifestyle. It wasn't something that she does once in a while. It's something she applies every day. And that's how she's found her success.
See how she wrapped it up? You know, success is a lifestyle. And that's what I say at the end of every episode, because it's so true. It's not a win. It's not a victory. It's not an amount in your bank account. It is what you do. It's never over. Never. It's like personal development. Success is just like personal development. Like you can never get enough. You can never stop doing it. Yeah. You know, so keep on doing what you're doing if you're winning and if you're getting it. And you'll see that you can get anywhere you want in life. You can have anything you want in life. The sky's the limit. There's nobody that can tell you anything if you invest and pour everything into yourself, into your craft, into the things you love, into what you're passionate about, and ignore the naysayers and just keep moving forward.
I love it.
Oh, and I love you.
Oh, I love you too, baby.
Anyway, enough of that. I love all of y'all. Come check out Tasha's stuff and her designs and her great products at STFUdesigns.com. Check her out on social media. Follow her. Check her out on Facebook, because she always has deals on all her social media outlets. So check her out, STFUdesigns.com. And I love y'all. And while y'all on the websites and stuff, check out lifeofaboss.net. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and everywhere you guys get podcasts. All right? I love y'all. And until next time, remember, success is a lifestyle. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at HardwayHarden. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.